Not really the Vlogmas aesthetic that I'm going for. Can we fix that, please? Much better. So, it's again that time of year where I do Vlogmas, December videos. It used to be one video every day in December, right up until Christmas. However, that's kind of changing, and this is more like I at least commit to make videos in December. So, let's get started. But first, to really finish that feeling of Christmas, let's make some hot chocolate. Hello there. It's been a minute, as is tradition with these videos, and basically with YouTube in general. Every video just starting out with saying why you haven't uploaded for ages. Let's not do that. How's it going? Great. Now, I haven't forgotten about the last video, so for those of you who haven't seen it, that video is, I'll link it below, but it's about this great book that I read by Eric Edmeades called Postdiabetic, which is entirely about the idea that through lifestyle interventions, some types of diabetes can be fully reversed. All types of diabetes can be improved, or rather the symptoms of it can be massively improved, and some types can be fully reversed just through lifestyle interventions. I reviewed it again in my last video. I reviewed the first part of it. First part is all about the science behind it, how it is possible. The second part is on actual how to approach it, which I promised I would talk about in the next video. I won't, but I will talk about it soon, detailing that process a little bit more in depth. Of course, as I said there, I won't give it away fully. You'll have to read the book for that because it's way too in-depth for a video anyways. But I will elaborate more on how that process is. On top of that video, I might even be able to interview one of the trained diabetes coaches sometime for a video soon. So stay tuned if you're interested in that. But for today, as I'm preparing for the new year, which November, December is kind of a great place to prepare your business for New Year, especially if you have a business that's focused on health and the world is kind of set up to start thinking about health a lot at the end of December, start of January. With all of this being top of mind, I thought this might be the perfect time to actually get back into creating videos specifically around health. As for myself, health also becomes more relevant during this time of year. I often struggle with SAD, or seasonal affective disorder, I believe it's called, during this time of year because of the lack of light and everything. For some reason, I decided to move to Estonia in winter, so I have even less light than I'm used to, instead of going to a sunny place, but let's not discuss that. So health is also top of mind for me. Altogether, perfect time to start making videos about this and talking about it. So I'll generally keeping in mind, okay, what can you actually do this season to be healthy? Last year was an interesting year for me in general, as I've spoken about before, that I kind of had a burnout for most of the year. And so like everything around my health was different. But especially during winter, I started to focus more actively again on how to tackle that season without getting unhealthy, how to tackle the season in a way that actually makes you feel better, or at least maintains the state that I have during summer. So one of the things I did was I wrote a small ebook about it. I'll link that below as well. It's in Dutch. I might be able to translate a version, but I'm not sure if I get around to that. If so, I'll link it below as well. but with some habits that I use for myself in order to deal with the season better. One of these is to keep your stress levels low. We put so much stress on the season, of the holidays, of everything that is happening during that time that's supposed to happen. We put so much stress on the end of the year, as if it's some magical time some magical date by which stuff has had to have happened, or as if it's some magical reset and then January 1st, magically, we are supposed to fully be committed to being healthy, going to gym, achieving everything we've wanted. It's just another evening. But we put this stress on ourselves, and that is one of the big contributing factors to why a lot of people get sick during the season. It's for this reason as well that last year I opted out of creating daily videos in December. And this year I will again. I enjoyed making videos a lot for the 2 years before that, but also there was a lot less going on as we were coming out of the pandemics and all of that fun. There was a lot less going on. So there's a lot more active stuff going on right now. And as I progressed in video making, I wanted to add more to those videos and make them a bit higher quality, which just was not doable while having a full-time job and my own company on top of that to be creating all of this. So I won't. Because it's this start of December, which I traditionally would start Vlogmas, I did decide to actually start making some videos again. I've been thinking about this ever since that last video, but been putting it off. But I got some ideas now that I'm pretty excited about creating, so I will be doing that. But instead of the stress of having daily video, I'm going to keep the stress low. I am looking for maybe 2 or 3 videos a week, which already is a stretch given where I was in the past few months of not making videos. That way I can give it the attention that I want without driving myself insane. And I will have time for the other stuff. Like I'm working with a client at this moment. I am getting coached myself. All of these things take time. So I'm taking time for them. And in this first video, in this first advice for the season for being healthy now, that would be my biggest tip. How can you take time for yourself? A lot of people are going to try putting stress on you. A lot of events are coming up. There's a lot of planning, a lot of preparation for lots of people. How can you create the space for yourself to actually take it a bit easier? Because it does impact your health a lot. Your immune system is highly susceptible to chronic stress. Stress itself is good. Stress is how you grow. Chronic stress is where the problem is. And this season, opt out of the chronic stress as much as you can. That's my number one advice for how to get through this. I will talk about more subjects in the future, but as I said, taking it easy. But now for the other tradition of Vlogmas, going to the Christmas market. Yeah, this lights to the trees every year. Every year a little bit different, but mostly this. And I love it. It's so festive in here. So I joke around about it, but the truth is, I love living here, and especially during the winter, because just look at all these things. You can't really see it, but that's a tree with lights. It's not on fire. But this place just has something magical. And in terms of health and being healthy, is this the healthiest place for me to live? I would actually say yes. Sure, there's not a whole lot of light and it's cold, but the whole reason that I moved here is because something about this country makes it easier for me to actually be healthy. Just being here makes me feel better. And you can talk about the esoteric side and the energy of this place. The difference here, like from the moment the plane lands, every time I feel
relief and I feel like I'm home. Beyond that, very practically speaking, the food quality in general is just so much better than the Netherlands for one. Even if I eat less healthy foods, which are still available here, it is already healthier than when I do that in the Netherlands. And exposure helps as well, because they just sell less unhealthy stuff here. And talking about keeping your stress low, keeping your pressure low, you notice the difference here from what I see in my home country. Generally, people seem to be more relaxed, and I really suspect that that's due to the fact that there's just way less people here. Like, I think we have 10 times more people in the Netherlands than in Estonia. Walking around town, makes it all more mellow. Just look at this though. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, yes, sometimes being healthy means changing something or controlling your environment, dealing with the environment as is. And sometimes it means putting yourself in an environment that makes it easy for you. So, as is tradition, I got my shot of the Christmas market, and Christmas tree lighting, and everything set up. Stay tuned and subscribe for a video on post-diabetes and other health subjects. And see you next time. Bye.